Being a citizen of the Earth, you have likely played a video game before. Whether that be Stardew Valley, GTA 5, Among Us or Candy Crush, you'll probably be familiar with the feeling of sitting down and spending a few hours working towards a goal and in the end being proud of what you've created. My main avenue of gaming has been Minecraft, and I've spent thousands of hours playing it, but also made hundreds of videos on it since 2016. My most popular one accidentally outperforming the original, which isn't necessarily a great thing as it's not very useful of a tutorial because it's not a tutorial. But 2 years ago, I decided to stop. I do photography in school, but I also want to film real life things, developing my skills. But as you can see by the number of videos that I've created, that hasn't really worked out that well. Now, okay, there were a few factors that affected this, like starting A-levels and therefore needing to go from doing hardly any work to whatever it takes to get the "you're not doing enough" doctor away, but there's definitely more to it than just that. In a game like Stardew Valley, you can go from nothing to something in a matter of a few hours. Compare this to the real world where your wish to build a new barn so you can get some more animals onto your farm will take you many months, lots of money, an actual farm, and more money. Here in the real world, there are many different ways for you to view time. How will I spend today, this week, this month, or the next 10 years? All big questions, all with their unique goals. It can be overwhelming and difficult to actually get a sense of heading somewhere. Real life doesn't have a progress bar or quests or achievements to guide you, but games do. I think that this is the biggest difference between games in real life and also the large appeal of gaming. I could go on about this for a while, but to cut straight to the chase, in the past 2 years I have scrapped 12 videos. And in my 18 years of living, I have somehow never made it the habit to brush my teeth in the evening. When building habits, a common narrative is that you'll succeed for the first few days because you are truly motivated and committed to make the change. But after the first few day high is past, you're no longer as motivated, and as such, the habit starts to slip through the cracks. I feel like time passes so slowly that by the evening, that morning is just a distant relic of the past. As for the 12 videos that I've scrapped, some of these projects could have been really cool, but by only spending a couple of hours a week at most, I got bored of them. Similarly, it's been really frustrating trying to find a way to express the thoughts in my head and turn them into words and stories, specifically tying them into something interesting and coherent. So maybe I should shelve my thoughts for becoming the next Casey Neistat, because that's definitely gonna happen, and take some inspiration from when I was learning how to make music, making remixes. Or at least for the beginning of it, because remixes give you the foundation of an actually good melody to start playing around with, to try instruments, to recreate the song and tinker around with it, and only afterwards that I start making original melodies and original lyrics. Maybe what I've been trying to do is speedrun this process by not going for the basics, because I've been making Minecraft videos for 6 years. I know the basics. For these 2 years, I've been able to fall back onto saying that I'll do things later, whenever I have more time. The moment that I'd prefer to every single time was the summer of 2023. There are many things that I want to do, and I don't seem to have a bias towards action. So I'm going to try and change that by actually pushing myself to do things, and using my advice, this is a remix of a video. One made by Jay Schlatt, although it's very different in the fact that it's got nothing to do with mechanical keyboards. But the difference between this one and the previous 12 is that this one actually exists. So while I go work on that, here's another video that you might find interesting. Or alternatively, this video by Exerbia, which is some further reading in case you're interested, about how the answer of life is not a hut in the woods, despite how appealing the solution may be.